Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
As the health risks and hazards of artisanal crude oil refining continue to pose serious threats across the Niger Delta region, health and environmental experts are expressing concerns about this troubling trend and the long-term consequences it holds. They are urging the federal government and state governments as well as its agencies to act quickly to save the lives of thousands currently at risk of terminal illnesses that are slowly killing the population in the oil-rich region. Correspondent Leji Dagos, who spoke to health experts, now tells us more.
After discovering oil in commercial quantities in Nigeria's oil-rich Niger Delta region several decades ago, Nigeria quickly abandoned its revenue source from agricultural produce and settled for mono-economy financed by petrol dollars. Unfortunately, this came with very negative impact on the environment and livelihood of the people of the oil-bearing Niger Delta region. Over time, the unsustainable means of oil exploitation and exploration has degraded and polluted the lands and environment of the Niger Delta that have gone on to pose alarming health complications amongst indigents and residents of the areas. Agitations and advocacy for better environmental practices by oil companies, as well as the implementation of stringent regulatory measures by the government on players in the industry, remain largely ineffective. This situation, coupled with the discontent over the controversial issues of revenue allocation and resource control, gave rise to another environmental monster in artisanal crude oil refining by youths in the region, otherwise known as fire. Fire involves the high-risk and labor-intensive processing of stolen crude oil into refined products like petrol, kerosene, and diesel, using makeshift refineries with locally fabricated equipment. Artisanal crude refiners believe they contribute legitimately to the local economy by creating employment opportunities for the vibrant young population and meeting the demand for essential petroleum products, which remain expensive due to the country's failure to locally refine products as well as establish modular refineries. While this may be true, it has, however, proven to have huge environmental implications and serious health concerns as well. In an interview with Inside the Niger Delta, President of the Rivers State Chapter of Nigeria Medical Association (NMA), Dr. A.B. Robinson explained some of the health issues posed by illegal refining of crude oil.
The level of cancers are increasing by the day, and the number of cases of leukemia are increasing by the day. And scientific studies have shown that some of the components, like acetaldehyde, that is being brought out from these illegal refineries can lead to lung cancers.
In the same vein, the program manager and coordinator of Oil Watch International in Rivers State, a non-governmental organization building resistance to the negative impact of the oil and gas industry on people and their environments, Ken Tebe Ebiarido, explained the implications of the activities on the climate and the environment in the Niger Delta.
Of course, people will want to argue that can't you see that people are being gainfully employed? But at the same time, I will also ask them, can't you see that we have also lost our heritage? Can't you see that we have also lost our environment? People don't have clean air to breathe in the Niger Delta. People don't have good access to drinking water. People don't have good arable farmlands.
However, it is clear that this practice poses significant threats to both the environment and lives of the Niger Delta people. Dr. Robinson and Ebiarido are therefore calling on the government and its agencies to show greater commitment to tackling this lingering problem. Meanwhile, stakeholders and activists in the region are continuously advocating for the legalization and regularization of artisanal crude refining. They argue that this approach could be a win-win situation as it will address the environmental impacts and provide job opportunities for the highly skilled young population in the region.
Let's look at investing into green energy and see how that will help the environment, because the truth is the environment is being bastardized.
There has to be an audit of the entire Niger Delta environment. We also need to understand that the government needs to be deliberate about cleaning up the entire Niger Delta.
The current global clamor for climate justice and the gradual phasing out of fossil fuels makes it even more pressing for the government and all stakeholders in the oil and gas industry to prioritize protecting the health of the people and their environment. These sustainable practices are not only critical, but are also essential to ensuring the well-being of current and future generations of the oil-rich Niger Delta region.
Inside the Niger Delta,